Hey, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. The year's 2025. And with that being said, there is a New Year's resolution is to run a 10K. Woo! Can't believe those words left my lips. I'm not a long distance runner. I'm not a runner. I've played soccer and lacrosse, so I can run short distance, but long, girl, please. However, I am going to take part in the Gymshark 66 Challenge. The company holds a challenge from January 1st to March 6th to help kickstart you in the right direction to hold you accountable to accomplish your goals. There is a grand prize winner of being a Gymshark athlete this year, and that is absolutely insane that is the grand prize, to be a Gymshark athlete. I could only dream, honestly. That's pretty crazy. So this came about because I'll be 36 this year. I have never ran a marathon. I have never got one of those medals, and I feel like I should. I used to run with my dog every Monday, a 5K, back when I looked like this and looked like this. However, we don't look like that, but I also want it to be a challenge. So I am going to run a 10K, which is 6.2 miles. I did look into if during this challenge there would be in my area a run, and there will be on day 60 of this challenge. But before I sign up, I need to know that I'm committed. So within my big goal, I have made smaller goals and smaller times that I want to accomplish before I 100% commit to running. Because let's be honest, nobody's holding me accountable other than myself, and I could quit at any moment. So I'm not gonna put in time and effort into something if I'm not doing it, really. So without further ado, I would like to read my pledge. From couch to 10K, 1 minute at a time. I commit to running without stopping for the designated time each day, increasing 1 minute daily for 66 days. This is about building endurance, discipline, and the habit of pushing my limits gradually. I'm not trying to be the fastest person to run a mile. I'm not breaking records. I just want to start something, be good at it, and finish. This is about building endurance, discipline, and the habit of pushing my limits gradually. I'm taking myself from 0 to hero, adding 1 minute to my run every single day. This will challenge myself by embracing the beginner's mindset in a new physical pursuit, even though I'm starting from ground zero. I will embrace the challenge of building consistency, learning a new skill, and pushing my limits, and will be celebrating each small milestone along the way. So, enjoy the rest of the video, and let's see if I make it to the end. Okay, so I'd like to discuss day 1 through 9 of how it felt to run. Obviously, the first day, the first minute, felt fun, felt easy. It was only a minute long. On day 2, I felt it in my lungs. On day 3, that third minute was the longest minute of my life, and I just wanted to get the run over with. On day 4, I ran 3 minutes straight and then stared at my watch for the last minute. Again, just wanting to get it over with and be done with. On the day after my 4-minute run, I decided, because again, ground zero, I am not a runner. And to prevent injury, I decided to take a Pilates class to stretch. So for my 5-minute run, I stupidly ate dinner before I went on my run, and it was the worst run ever. I was so sluggish. I felt so bloated. It was not fun, and I just wanted it to be over with. On day 6, I didn't look at my watch one single time. I actually ran over 6 minutes because I felt that my body was warmed up. I'm not sure if it's science, but I've noticed that at my 6-minute mark of running straight, I feel good. I could keep running. That's what happened on day 7 and day 8 was it was a good run. I just kept going. Yesterday was day 9. I've noticed that my pace is picking up. I ran 0.76 of a mile in 9 minutes. Again, I'm not trying to be Usain Bolt, not trying to be the fastest person to run a mile. I'm just trying to build up stamina and consistency and also not have an injury. So my current running song is Pursuit of Happiness by Kid Cudi. I put that on. It's about 6 minutes and 36 seconds worth of a song. So I know without looking at my watch how long I've been running for. I've also been only staying in my neighborhood running. I particularly like to run in the church parking lot around 5:36 while there's still some light and there's nobody to bother me. So, hey, just checking into my running journal. The last time we left off, I was running 9 minutes consistently straight. And now I'm running 34 minutes consistently straight. That's 2.7 miles that I've logged in that amount of time, and I'm proud of that. I'm not a runner. I'm starting. That's about a 12-minute and 34-second mile, and I'm happy. I'm so happy, in fact, that I actually signed up for the 10K. I will be running the SoCal River Marathon. It is here in Huntington Beach, California, and I can't believe it. Who would have thought? This girl was running a marathon. Not me, but I am. So that's awesome. That's cool. It's been easy, obviously, since I haven't been checking in. Nothing to complain about. I'm so consistent. It's actually kind of shocking. Like, oh my gosh, do I like running? Maybe. But inside of my goal to run 10K or the marathon, at 30 minutes, I decided, because this is a commitment and this is a sport and it costs money to be in a sport. So I was running in my Noble running shoes. And while they are super comfortable, they are like a sock material. So I didn't think they would be the best for the long distance that I'm going to be running. So I did go to the store and picked up some Hokas. I got the Skyflows, and while they're not ideally the color that I would have chosen, it just kind of is what it is. I did try on all the pairs, and I found these to be the most comfortable. However, I did run in them yesterday, and half my foot went numb. So I think that's a sock problem or like a new shoe problem, and I'm hoping to wear a different pair of socks to see if that's the issue. If not, I do have a 30-day return policy, and maybe I'll go in and try the wide shoe. I've never worn a wide shoe, so I wouldn't have known, yeah. And I also did pick up a Salomon Advanced Skin 5 running vest. It comes with the 2 bottles in the front, and I didn't want a liter bag in the back because I don't want to run with anything. I don't want to feel anything on my back while I'm running. I'm running my first marathon. I want nothing extra to be carrying. Also, I don't need the liter because I'm not running 26.2 miles, right? I'm only running 6 because it's a 10K. So yeah, great news. Courtney Cordray, won week 4 of the Gymshark 66 challenge. Thank you so much. I was picked as a winner by documenting my journey on Twitter, and my prize, I got a Hydrovolt 2 Pro. Being consistent and following through and finding passion in something new, I got recognized for that, and I feel like on cloud 10. I'm not even joking. So thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. This is so cool. So exciting. So yeah, anyway, I'll check back in. Hopefully I'll check back in before the marathon. Hey, just checking into my running journal. The last time I checked in, I was running 34 minutes consistently straight, and now I'm at 55 minutes running about 4.5 miles. That's crazy to think that 60 days ago I was sitting on a couch and couldn't run a full mile without stopping. Since my last video, I did return the Hoka Skyflows. Just because they're trendy doesn't mean they feel good on your feet when you run that long distance. So I went to a actual running shoe store that had my feet diagnosed, and I learned that my left foot is a flat foot and my right foot has the arch and holds all the weight. My right foot is also a ½ inch bigger than my left foot. Show me a shoe that's supposed to work for that information. Anyway, I was recommended to try the Saucony Ride 18s, and I've been running in them ever since. I would say around 30 minutes in, my left foot pinky toe and the toe that's married to my pinky toe do go numb, but it's only for like maybe 10 minutes at the most, and then I'm fine. I don't have any aches, pains, soreness, no back pain, hip pain, literally nothing. And I'm shocked because I'm not a stick figure, and this has been quite easy, to be honest. I do dread running. Running is extremely boring. I had to make a Spotify playlist because I'm a Pandora girly. I've been using Pandora since the dawn of time, and all my thumbs up are just like all different genres, but to run specifically to certain songs that have an upbeat tempo, I had to make a Spotify. So if you want to check out what I'm listening to, the playlist is called Run Bitch, and it's my username at I am Courtney. My mile time has drastically improved. I logged an 11 minute and 8 second mile. That's insane. That's insane to me. That's super fast. I think so. I mean, Google doesn't think so, because according to Google, I should be running this 10K in an hour and 10 minutes, and at this rate it's looking like I'll be finishing the 10K an hour and 20 to an hour and 30. My race is this Saturday. Today is Monday, and today will be my last longest run ever until my race. I am going to run, speaking it into existence. Today I am fully running in all my gear, everything that I plan on running the marathon in, and taking a gel for the first time, or a goo, to see how that feels in my belly. I will be running 5 miles today. I'm also a competitive person, so I feel like I don't want to run today the same amount I have to run on Saturday. When I run at home, I literally run in the church parking lot that's down the street, and I do laps. It's flat, there's no uphill, it's concrete, and nobody bothers me. I don't have to stop for cars, traffic lights, and I can keep running consistently. My race that I'm racing in is flat on the beach, like on PCH, but I have to start at the finish line and then make a loop around and then end at the finish line. Kind of bummed about that, because mentally it's like, I'm already at the finish line when I start. Whatever. Also come to the realization that running is not free. It costs money to run. I thought you can just run a marathon because running's boring. Why would anybody pay to run a marathon? That's incorrect information. I'm actually like really excited. Like, I am so excited to run this race. I don't want to think about after the race and if I'm going to continue to run. I will say that I have noticed, because I run 2 days, take a break, 2 days, take a break during the week, I am losing a little bit of weight that way. So, I mean, that's a plus. So, yeah. All right, let's go run 5 miles. All right, chat, we're going to run the longest I've ever ran. This is where I do all my running and don't get bothered. So, yeah. My belly's a little bit on the fritz, not going to lie. And I'm on my period. Anyway, so let's get running. 2 miles in, definitely feel numbness in my left foot. I think because I'm running in zone 2, it's going numb. Hopefully it wakes back up soon. 2.5 miles in, I have a friend. It's the first time in 55 days that I've seen anybody running my little track. I'm gonna try this gel, and maybe I should like pause my watch to take it. Okay, I'll stay still so it doesn't mess up my mileage, but it's a strawberry banana. I've never had one of these, long lasting, so I don't know. Oh, oh my gosh, it's really sour. Oh, it tastes like a lot of bananas, not a lot of strawberry. I'm supposed to eat the whole thing. It's really bad. I don't like it. It's got like a nitty-gritty consistency. And like, this is a big pouch. These aren't like the little ones that I see everybody using, so. All right. I'm gonna call it. I'll just put it in my pocket. Back to running. Mile 3, 2 to go. Everybody at the bar get tipsy. 4 miles, 1 more to go. So this is the first time I've ran at this time specifically, and I wanted to try it at this time because my race is at this time and I'm struggling. It is hot. I am so hot, like heat hot. It's bad. I'm going snail speed. Oh yeah, look how red my face is. We did it, guys. 5 miles. Longest run ever. I can't believe I just did that. It is hot outside. Oh my goodness. I drank all my water. I'll put my stats up here. I catch my breath. I'm not gonna lie. That was hella brutal. I wish I was a bird to fly and not have to run. Oh my goodness. I started to get a cramp the last half a mile in my rib cage on my right side. I think it was because I was carrying the camera in my right hand, so I was a little off balance. Oh gosh, feels nice in the shade, but in the sun, holy smokes. Let's see what's the temperature. Let's see. That's got to be a lie. It says 68 degrees outside. I don't think so. Anyway, ran out of water. I got to pick up my trash, which is the gel pack. I did it. I accomplished the goal in 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 38 seconds. To think this was an idea that made it to paper that I actually accomplished, especially because it's running, I feel so good about myself. So let's talk about the race. It didn't start till 11. I got there at 9:30. I thought there'd be a check-in booth with a map of the run. There wasn't. I walked up to a volunteer that was working it, and she actually gave me the completely opposite direction of running and all the wrong information. So she was clueless as well. I then hung out at the car and drank some electrolytes, 15 minutes before the race, they asked us to line up at the finish line. There must have been 300 plus people. And as we were lining up, people that were running the full marathon and the half marathon were actually finishing. So I kind of felt like we were taking away from their victory of crossing the finish line because there was so many people clogged up at the finish line. Mile 1 was a joke. The path itself was as big as a bike path. Everybody was everywhere. You couldn't find your pace. And once my watch told me I hit a mile, people were dropping like flies. And I was like, dang, like, okay, I feel good about myself. I haven't stopped. For mile 2, I found a girl that I liked her pace, and I just shadowed her. And I actually ran the fastest mile I've ever ran my whole entire life with 10 minutes and 48 seconds to log. And I guess she didn't like that because she looked over and then she booked out of there and I never saw her again. Mile 3, we crossed over the bridge and did a turnaround. And that's when I spotted another girl that I liked her pace. I mean, this girl, beefcake, looked like she could deadlift 300 pounds. And she kept running. She just kept going. I enjoyed her pace. So I followed her for about a mile, almost a mile and a half. At 4.2 miles, I, told myself, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to walk. Because I hadn't stopped for 4.2 miles. So I took a sip of water. I ate some Nerd gummies to give myself some sugar and salt. And then I continued to run. Shortly after 5 miles, I realized this is the furthest I've ever ran. We were running on the Santa Ana riverbed. While there was a nice breeze, there is a lot of shit refineries around, so it was a little stinky. But other than that, it was windy, but still hot. I didn't feel dead. Like, once the last under the bridge turnaround point, I could see the finish line and I booked it. I had enough gas in my tank and I just sprinted to the finish line to where I didn't have anybody in front of me or behind me. And so I got some good pictures. Would I do this again? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I would. It wasn't bad. Like, I'm not sore. I did not hurt myself. Nothing ached. Nothing. It was good. I did a good job, and I think I planned it accordingly, which is crazy that I'm not a runner, but I still did this. And thank you, Gymshark, for putting on this challenge for me to continue doing this throughout the rest of the year and accomplishing my goal.